Canon EOS RP camera is nothing but it was a great opportunity in front of Canon to create a perfect entry-level mirrorless camera, but they have failed to do so, in my opinion. Oh, welcome friends to the newcamera.com channel, and finally Canon announced the entry-level full-frame mirrorless camera, the Canon EOS RP EOS RP. Let's discuss the specification of the Canon EOS RP camera. But before that, let us redefine the Canon EOS RP camera. Canon EOS RP camera is nothing but it was a great opportunity in front of Canon to create a perfect entry-level mirrorless camera, but they have failed to do so, in my opinion. Now let's discuss about the features of the camera and the limitation of the camera and why you should not buy or why you should buy the EOS RP camera. Let's begin with the still part. As we all know, the camera is using the 60 Mark II sensor. Canon 60 Mark II sensor is well known for its limited dynamic range. I am a Canon user for past 10 years, but I also use different brands camera. While using the Nikon D5600 camera, I personally feel that the dynamic range of that particular camera is even better than the 60 Mark II. Yes, it is better. So if you are a still shooter and looking for a perfect camera, of course the Canon EOS RP camera is not a good choice out there. Now let's talk about the hybrid part of the camera. Let us quickly discuss what we like and what we don't like inside the camera. As a hybrid camera, the camera carry vari-angle display screen. Now that's one of the best part of a Canon camera, that it do carry a vari-angle display screen. The design of the camera is very compact and perfect for vlogging purpose. Now let's discuss the 4K video mode of the camera. In 4K video recording mode, due to the limited processing capability, the camera only utilizes the APS-C portion of the sensor. And as we all know, the camera is using 60 Mark II sensor with a very limited dynamic range. In 4K video mode, the camera will be utilizing the APS-C portion of the sensor only, so you will be getting a very limited dynamic range in the video section, specifically when you are shooting a 4K movie. So be aware, you will be getting a very limited dynamic range in 4K mode in EOS RP camera. So that's point number one. Point number two, excessive crop factor. In 4K mode, you will be suffering from 1.6x extra crop. That clearly means handheld vlogging will become very difficult with the Canon EOS RP camera. We have to be very selective with the lenses we are getting for EOS RP camera, because the camera will suffer from 1.6x crop. We also have a forced limitation in the 4K video recording mode, and in that particular mode you are not getting dual pixel CMOS autofocus support. You are paying for the sensor, you are getting DPF support in full HD mode and still shooting zone, but the contrast based AF gets activated when you switch to 4K video recording mode. It's a kind of a forced limitation, I think, from Canon, and you will be getting slow and sluggish autofocusing in 4K video recording mode. So you are suffering from very limited dynamic range issue, 1.6x crop factor, and contrast based AF system in 4K video recording mode. So more or less, good thing is not to use the 4K video recording mode of this camera, because it is almost unusable for a professional user. Now let's talk about the full HD and HD modes. In full HD and HD modes, we are missing the 24p option. That may be an issue to you. If you are happy with it, there is no big issue. My opinion over the camera is that I am not going to recommend this camera for entry level users out there or anyone who asks me for a recommendation. My personal advice to Canon is you should at least make a perfect entry level mirrorless camera from the capabilities you already have. Canon should not implement any forced limitation in their camera, just like we have in EOS M50, just like we have in the EOS RP camera. They should remove the forced limitation as soon as possible. The 1.6x crop factor issue is very awful, and it makes the particular mode almost unusable for a professional user. So Canon, you should fix your problems first before implementing forced limitation in the camera. So in my view, finally, this camera is not as good as I was expecting. So EOS RP camera, you are out of my list. And thanks for watching this video. If you have any suggestions and questions, do write in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video.